This novel is about a castaway's life and adventures on a deserted island.
I'm alone. Not one sailor from the Esmeralda has survived. This country is uninhabited.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and in this installment of Mojo Notes, we'll be exploring 10 pieces of trivia about Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe.
I'm sleepless for thinking how I might survive the next day without food or weapons or human company.
Number 10, about the author. Born somewhere between 1659 and 1661 in London, England, Daniel Defoe lived through both the Great Plague and the Great Fire of London with his family. After finishing school, he became a merchant but faced many money problems. But soon, Defoe became William III of England's spy and began political and journalistic writing. In the 1700s, he expanded into novels, which is the medium he's most known for. He died in 1731. Number 9, influences and inspirations. Narrated by the title character,
A dread came over me. I began to realize in truth how terrible was my condition.
Robinson Crusoe is a novel written as a series of revelations about the castaway's experiences on a distant island.
Being a gentleman, I had little experience with the tools of the trade. Nevertheless, there and then I resolved that I would learn.
Though it was probably influenced by multiple sources, Defoe's work is mostly associated with real-life Scottish sailor and castaway Alexander Selkirk. The book also planted the seed for realistic fiction and has been deemed the first novel in the English language. Number 8, settings and era. The novel is set during the 17th century when Africans were being sold and brought to the Americas by Atlantic slave traders. Robinson Crusoe sets off across the sea to collect African slaves before he is stranded on an island near the Orinoco River, close to South America. The main action of the story takes place on this island of despair.
Thirsty, without provisions, with little hope of survival, I set out to survey my fate.
Number 7, plot. Despite several unsuccessful sea experiences, Robinson Crusoe becomes shipwrecked following another journey in 1659. On the isolated Caribbean island, he fends for himself by finding shelter, hunting, growing food, and making tools. He then discovers natives who are cannibals that eat other humans. After befriending an escaped native that he names Friday, Crusoe helps an English captain with traitorous crew members and returns to England for more adventures.
Are you not a little afraid of coming back with me to civilization?
His master is not, Friday is not.
Number 6, Robinson Crusoe. Following his desire for adventure and his fondness for the ocean, Robinson Crusoe goes on numerous sea voyages. Despite disastrous results, he continues to pursue wealth, power, and prestige by joining an Atlantic slave trade expedition. Tragedy follows him again, but he doesn't have time for deep feelings or to miss his family. Instead, after he's shipwrecked on an island, the determined and resourceful Crusoe shows us he's a modern man by using nature and reason to stay alive.
I plundered from the wreck many chests with all manner of clothes, tallow, rum, gunpowder, the carpenter's tools, and scores of other most useful articles.
When he discovers cannibals, his morals and values prevent him from killing them because he realizes they don't know what they're doing.
After passion, hatred, I realized I had no right to be judge and executioner on these people who had done me no injury.
Number 5, Friday.
Come on! Presently!
24 years after being shipwrecked with a few animals, Robinson Crusoe discovers he's been sharing the island with native cannibals.
Horrified. All that night I observed the cannibals at their ghastly entertainment.
When one of these natives escapes, Crusoe saves him. He names him Friday and teaches him English so they can communicate. Crusoe's European upbringing makes him feel superior to Friday, and his arrogance and colonial attitude are particularly demonstrated by his request that Friday call him Master.
Master!
By contrast, Friday represents all the native peoples that were oppressed by European imperialism.
I used my musket to ensure his continued fear and respect of me.
His joy upon reuniting with his father also shows how empty and emotionless Crusoe is. Number 4. Values and themes.
Forgive me, Friday, forgive me. I want you to be my friend.
Some of the novel's main themes relate to the ideas of society, civilization, and colonization, and the rules and order that go along with them. These are demonstrated by Crusoe's independence, use of European tools and weapons, and his attempt to make Friday more civilized.
Someday, if you're good, I'll teach you to smoke.
His culture and beliefs are extremely important to him, as is how much money he can make while working at sea.
You like? You know what it is? Beautiful.
Number 3. Modern Popularity. Published in 1719, Robinson Crusoe was immediately popular for its simplicity and lifelike storytelling.
Perhaps, after my death, someone will discover the island and read my memoirs.
Hundreds of different versions were printed within the next 2 centuries. While Robinson Crusoe and Friday have been adopted as English expressions, the novel itself has given birth to the genre known as Robinsonade, which usually incorporates a desert island story. Number 2. Literature Adaptations. The novel's popularity led Defoe to write a sequel, but this second book never captured the success of its predecessor. Regardless, Robinson Crusoe spawned a number of imitations and has been referenced multiple times in literature. Famous examples include The Swiss Family Robinson and Treasure Island. Number 1. Screen Adaptations. Notable films influenced by the novel include Disney's comedic take Lieutenant Robin Crusoe USN,
Chapter 10, Alone on an Island. Well, we made it, didn't we? So knock off lying there, mister, and move it. Lots of things to do. Upsy-daisy. Shut up!
1975's role-reversing Man Friday,
Master.
Me, master.
No.
and 2000's Oscar-nominated Castaway.
Look what I have created! I have made fire!
On the small screen, the story was adapted in 1965 into The Adventures of Robinson Crusoe and inspired the well-received and highly rated show Lost.
We need to figure out which way we came in.
Why?
Because there's a chance we could find the cockpit. If it's intact, we might be able to find the transceiver. We could send out a signal, help the rescue party find us.
Do you agree with our list? What are your favorite pieces of Robinson Crusoe trivia? Be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com for more entertaining top 10s.